Good morning, afternoon, middle of the night, whatever. Anyways, today we are going to talk about taking your outline and turning it into an actual paper. So the first thing you need to focus on is the introduction paragraph. And this can be tricky for some people because it isn't just based off of the facts. Now you have to come up with a way to engage your reader. You need to make sure that the topic of your paper is clear. And something I want to mention is that you do not have to preview your main points. In fact, previewing the main points in a research paper like this is actually kind of elementary in nature, because what it's saying is that I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to rely on my main points to get me through my intro paragraph. Now, engaging the reader. That is going to be, why is this topic of interest? Is it because it's unique? Is it because it could change the reader's life? So for instance, if you're talking about something related to health, like skin cancer or a type of diet, you can tie that into the reader's health and how they can change their life. Maybe it's just information on a belief, whether it be astrology, or something like that. So you can tie into that. You can tie into the history of it. Since the beginning of mankind, they've been turning to the stars to try and tell them what is going on. So you need to be creative in this. I ask that you do not put any quotes, direct quotes, in your intro paragraph. You can incorporate one, maybe two pieces of your research in that intro paragraph, but the intro paragraph is not intended to be the bulk of your research. It's just intended to draw the reader in and let them know what the paper is going to be about. So let's take a look at the introduction paragraph that I have created on a paper about London. I've titled my paper London, a historical and cultural Mecca. And the reason I came up with this particular title is because I've decided that the paper itself is going to be about the vast amount of history and culture that London has. So, to start the paper, I said, the world is filled with amazing locations to visit, but one of the most historical and culturally diverse is London, England. Ancient and modern coexist in this ancient city that originally was only 1 square mile large. But as time progressed and England expanded, the city's diversity and radius grew. Divided by the Thames River, the north and south sides of London house Roman ruins, medieval castles, Renaissance churches, ages of theaters, acres of gardens, and even a modern Ferris wheel, promising something for everyone's enjoyment. So let's break this down a little bit. I'm starting with the very broad, that the world is filled with locations, but within this sentence I narrow down to London, England. So right away my reader can suspect that my paper is going to be about London. Then I start talking about how the city houses both ancient and modern, kind of going to that historical element, but a little tiny bit into the cultural. Then I talk for one sentence about how England grew so quickly. Then I provide the basic idea of all the different types of things a person can find in London. So that's all I have in my intro, and that's all that's needed. I don't need to have an entire page just for the introduction paragraph.